Welcome to Sistas podcast. I'm your girl Latrice.
I'm Future.
And I'm Cairo.
And I'm Anthony Mankey Jr.
We have a special guest today here.
Do. Clap it up.
Anthony.
Right. We gotta get like a little clap button. A little clap button.
Insert clap right there.
Mm-hmm.
So Anthony is not only a real estate agent, but also a Detroit investor, flipper. Actually, tell the people what all does Anthony do?
Artists, oil paint, portraits, landscapes, whatever you need, I got it. You know, me and my brother got a mobile detailing business. What else I say? I flip houses. Trying to get into Airbnbs now. Because flipping houses ain't paying the bills right
now. Okay, so tell the people, how long have you been flipping houses?
Since 2012. I bought my first house on Strasburg.
Okay.
I did all the work myself.
What made you decide to get into flipping houses?
Well, it's one of the few things you could do without like a license. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't really gotta know nothing to do it. I YouTubed everything that I did to the house because I didn't know nothing about.
Oh, you did all the repairs to the house that you flipped?
Well, not the first one I did.
How much was the first house that you bought, if you don't mind me asking?
I never forget. It was $12,000. I seen it on Craigslist. It was this dude, to this day we still do business, named Ken. And I called the number. And he was trying to push a land contract or something. I didn't even know what that meant at the time. So I'm like, no, I don't want no land contract. They wanted $15,000 actually. And I said, I got $12,000 to my name. And he said, I'll see what I can do. So he told the buyers, whatever he told them. But I got the house for $12,000. And he came, when it came to do the deal, we didn't even use it. I didn't know what the title company was. He wrote like a contract on a napkin. I was like, this nigga trying to get me. Excuse my language. And, I was like, so I called my cousin who is a realtor and broker, and he tried to like write a napkin, like the contract on a napkin. She gonna say, well, technically that's legal. I'm like, really? You can write a contract on a napkin? She's like, yeah. Did you sign it? I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, I got the house. I did all the repairs. Cost me probably another $1,500.
To do the repairs?
Yeah, it was like basically done. It was an old lady living in there. And
them the best ones.
All I did was paint. I sanded and redid the floors, and I fixed whatever like patches. I didn't know nothing about like doing the kitchens and nothing like that. So I just painted, redid the floors, put it right back. I didn't even put it on the market. I sold it on Craigslist. Same place I found it.
That's so funny.
Didn't use a realtor. I got a call from some lady, an old lady, and her pimp that same week. He was her pimp for sure. She was like 70. He was like 30, fresh out of prison. And
he was.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we're gonna get this one.
This was moving too.
He ain't even heard her say so. He was like calling all the shots. But anyway, it was her 401k, and I sold it for $25,000.
I know you was like,
man, I went shopping.
I'm balling.
I ain't never got that much money at once. I'm like, yeah. I took all my brothers shopping, got school clothes, kids, the ones I like anyway. And then and the next one I bought in I think Redford for $13,000. Another one. I did the work. I got help from my cousin, but most of the work I did myself. And I think I sold down for like 26. Same thing on Craigslist. So yeah.
You've just been moving since then?
Yeah.
So what made you get off of Craigslist and get your real estate license?
No, I ain't get my, that was 2012 and 13. I ain't get my real estate license until like 3 years ago.
Because remember, he was using so-and-so.
Yeah, I was using so-and-so, no name.
Yeah.
Oh, no, back then, well, before I got a realtor, I'm trying to think. I was just using Ken basically to sell them. And I got a realtor because somebody said, man, you can get way more money from houses if you list them on like Zillow and stuff. I don't know if Trulia was out yet.
Right.
But definitely Zillow. And I was like, man, I don't got no realtor. And and I just called. I think I called one of the numbers on Zillow and she picked up. And yeah, that's how I heard.
So I want to kind of, because I know I hear a lot of people watching videos on YouTube and they're like, I'm going to do the burn method. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to become this flipper, right? So what would you say is like the least amount of profit you've seen from a flip versus maybe the other side?
Well,
so like showing both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know percentage wise, I got more money from Detroit houses than when I was doing the suburbs. Like I had houses in Southfield. Matter of fact, after that Strasburg house, it was years before I bought another house in Detroit. Cause I don't know, it was just so far from me. I was just like, I'm gonna just stick around my area. But anyway,
What area are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
well, I'm in Macomb Township now,
Okay,
but back
okay.
then I was everywhere. I was
Okay.
Southfield, and like in fact I stayed in Redford too. But I never stayed in Detroit but like once. I stayed there. I moved, so I got robbed out there. They came in my house. It was crazy. And
That was another time in Detroit.
Yeah, wait, it's safe now.
I was
Safe here.
oh, and I was like, how was I? Matter of fact, that was before I was flipping house. Never mind. It was like back in the day. So anyway, you get more profit off Detroit houses. Cause like for example, you can get a house for 50,000, put 20 in it, sell it for 120. You know what I'm saying? That's what 50 grand, $50,000 profit. If you go to the suburbs, you're gonna have to pay like 250,000, put the same, no, you're gonna have to put more in it, 50,000. Now you all in at 300. You can only sell it for 350 on average. You making 50 grand, but you just got 300,000 online.
Yeah, you had to.
You know what I'm saying? So most likely you're gonna have to use a fix and flip loan, which I hate because they tax you on top of taxing you. They put like 3 points on the loan, interest only. And then by the time it's all over, you done paid them $15,000 just for borrowing you the money. It's stupid. Then you have 50,000 on turning 35.
We want that number though. What's the most amount of money you've made
On one house?
Yeah.
Oh, probably like $80,000. I
80,
think.
80 is the magic number.
Yeah, but that's when it was cheaper. I had a house in, matter of fact, I think it was Hazel Park, and I got a deal from this doctor. He was hard on his luck. I don't like taking advantage of people. So I don't think that's what I was doing. But
he needed some help.
He needed some money. He had a tricking problem. So he was low on his funds, and his wife was divorcing him, a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, and he was from out of the country, so she got him. He was from like Jamaica or something. But he had a 3-package deal. He had the house in two houses in Southfield, house in Hazel Park, and another house, I forgot where. But anyway, all three of them, he needed to borrow some money. I'm like, I'm not gonna let you borrow no money, but I'll, buy the houses from you. He wanted like 150,000 or something like that for all of them. I ended up giving him like 60,000.
Oh my God, that was a blowout deal.
Because at first he wouldn't do it. He's like, oh no, you're trying to get over on me. But he needed, for whatever reason, he needed the money. And I let him get the 20,000 up front. And I was like, but you're gonna have to sign over something, before I give you all the money. So, and it was an issue with one of the deeds. Some other dude on another city was on the deed, so I had to wait for that. But anyway, got all three houses for 60 grand.
That's a good deal.
Oh yeah, you went crazy.
Yeah, I know. And then the one in Hazel Park, I sold. I forgot what the amount was, but yeah, I sold that one for the most.
So don't fall into the trap of having any type of addiction, because he may be waiting in the background and he'll have the cash, but you're gonna pay.
Oh yeah, I'm always looking for a come up.
So how do you decide what property you're gonna buy, like when you're thinking about purchasing one?
Profit, the numbers is right. I'm getting it. As long as the foundation good, that's all I worry about. And the roof. But
I got a house right now that may work for you.
Let me get it.
We'll talk after.
I give you 10,000.
See, you talking crazy. He talking crazy.
What part of town?
It's on the west side.
I hate the west side.
You need to step into the west side. He's so used to it.
You know why though? I had a house on Hubble. Yeah, I had another 3-package deal. 18,000 for all three houses. One on Hubble, one on Washburn. Okay. Hubble, Washburn, and one over there in the University District. I can't remember the name of the street. There's a lady, older lady. She was renting it out. So anyway, I got all three houses for 18,000. I took on obviously the responsibility for the rental property. I didn't know what I was doing. This lady, I don't want to talk about her, but she had an issue with the toilet. So I don't know how to fix toilets. So I went over there to let somebody else in there to fix the toilet. Oh my God, this house smelled so bad. She was elderly, and they wasn't changing her stuff.
Right.
Her depends or whatever they call it. And so it smelled horrible. The dude didn't want to go in the house because it stank. He's like, I'm not going in there, bro. I was like, oh my God, I got to get rid of this one. So anyway, I ended up selling that one for like 20 by itself. So boom, I got my 18 and 2,000 back.
Sure.
And then the one on Hubble, I was fixing on. It was a two family, what do you call it? 2 unit. Yeah, one upstairs, one down. Yeah. Man, I'm almost done. And somebody done broke in, stole everything. They even took the doorknobs. They took the stove, refrigerator. I'm like, I didn't even have time to do that. The alarm went off because everybody's like, "Why didn't you get an alarm?" I had an alarm, but I didn't know ADT has a policy where if they don't send a cop, they send some third party dude out there, and if he doesn't see any forced entry, they leave. I'm like, what kind of sense does that
doesn't
make?
make sense.
Like, what? They could have just went through the front door or whatever. That don't mean you gonna see forced entry. So anyway, alarm went off. They cut the alarm off. They like, all right, we don't see no forced entry. It's a false alarm. Go over there the next day, everything gone. I'm like, oh my God, hate the West Side. And then another house I sold to my uncle.
So you let one bad experience just deter you from the whole West Side.
Yeah.
But if you got the right deal, would you buy on the West Side?
No, I'm just joking. Yeah. Yeah. You know, about the right deal in Africa. It's, profitable. It don't matter. But what I look for is like long as the profit is there. That's why I just stick with one area now, because I know 48224 profit. I mean, I know what the houses sell for over there. I know what they sell for in 205 and 236. And I don't know none of them like that on the West Side.
Right.
Trees don't be trying to help me.
I told him to look at 48221.
I don't even know what that means.
It says you can search the zip code on the MLS.
Since you're a licensed realtor.
I don't even use my license. They charge me all that money for
You're
nothing.
a licensed realtor. Just you can
I'm
find
about to
it.
quit.
Do you need a real estate agent?
I might. It's a stressful.
He got a real estate agent.
No, he don't. Because how long you and Latrice been knowing each other?
Actually, tell him how we met.
Cause he tried. Oh, I don't want to bring that dude's name up, but on the deal, it was a house in 48205. I got an offer like this first week, and I accepted the offer from her client, and it took 6 months to do nothing.
It was not 6 months.
It is. We signed in like October or something.
What happened?
Long story short, it was just all bad. The client decided that the deal was stressing her out, so she went on medical leave and thought she could buy a house, and she wasn't working.
When did this happen?
This was like
keeping secrets.
I told you that.
You can tell her. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, I'm about to say, this was what, like almost a year ago?
Longer than that.
Y'all ain't been knowing each other that long.
Yeah, longer. Yeah, not that long.
So that's not your client.
So look, no. What I'm so look, so the deal didn't happen or whatever. And then, but we was like in constant communication or whatever. And he was telling me he was at KW, and I was like, oh, you need to. Even though we didn't close the deal, I'm like, what do you think about EXP? And then I don't know.
He didn't come over to EXP?
Yeah, he ended up doing
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was about to say, so you ain't close none of those deals.
No. He ended up coming in. He met.
She didn't do nothing wrong. It's just the broker was like, he just kept lying, telling me stop calling the
lender.
The lender. You can't be doing that. You can't be calling. I'm like, why not? Y'all ain't doing it. Every time I call, I get some answers. When I ask you what happened, I'm waiting on them to email me back. Man, stop waiting to email and call them. What you waiting on emails for?
It was all bad,
and,
but I'm glad that
Yeah, everything happens for a reason.
The introduction happened. He ended up coming in and meeting Sherry too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, after 6 months.
Did you end up selling the house?
Yes, of course. That's what I do.
Come on.
Nah, but yeah, I sold it to matter of fact, I told you I sold it to, right?
Who did you sell it to?
My mother-in-law.
Oh my goodness. Really?
Look at God.
Well, it worked out. Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, got her house, I got my money. Mm-hmm.
So speaking of mother-in-law, can you tell us a little bit about your family dynamic?
Like my kids?
Yeah.
They bad and spoiled. My oldest daughter, I told you, she out here working for the man at what's that place? The prison. And
very noble profession. Very noble profession.
Yep, very noble.
I was a corrections officer for many years.
You was?
For 13 years.
Oh.
And I wear it as a badge of honor. 13 years. I was like, I called myself a silent superhero because I was keeping all the trouble in, and I never felt like I really received all my accolades and praise, but it's okay.
You beat up any inmates?
Didn't have to. I was respected.
I'm just asking.
Didn't have to. One thing about it, if you treat people with respect, well, in my case, if you treat people with respect, they usually give you respect.
Usually, you're right. My second oldest daughter's she just went to college. She just texted me, asked for some money.
Go
Um,
ahead and send it to her. We'll take a break for
Nah,
that. I
that
believe
ain't-
in daddy sending money.
so many times she text me. She can go
She-
months without. Man, she don't ever. They all do that, I guess, because Trini do the same thing. She don't text unless she needs something.
My kids the same way. It's about to turn into a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing.
how
These kids.
many kids do you have?
Well, 8, 6 biological, 2 step.
Okay.
But they mine. I haven't.
How do you balance
You
that?
reeled me back in when you asked him how many kids he had.
We don't say step, so they mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. You got 8 kids.
I've been there since he was like 3 months. So,
Oh.
well, one of them 3 months, another one was like 3 years old.
What's the youngest and the oldest, or did you guys already
The
have?
twins is 8.
Okay, they babies.
Yeah, they babies, and we got 8 and 3 13-year-olds.
You want any more children?
No, no more
Okay.
kids. No, they expensive. That's why I ain't rich now.
So do you incorporate them into your different businesses, like keeping the kids involved in like I know I've seen on your YouTube channel, like sometimes you take them to the houses and stuff.
Yeah, I be trying, but they don't be paying nothing. Well, my one son, he be interested in business a lot. But no, most of them don't care. They just want to play video games and
Keep at it.
go on TikTok.
Keep at it. My dad flips houses. He's been flipping houses since I was like really little. And I was like, I'm never going to go into real estate ever. Graduated, paid all that money for me to go to school. Love to see it. And now I sell real estate.
Now you flipping houses.
And I'm helping them. So it's just,
I tried to get my oldest daughter to get her real estate license. She had her own plans. First of all, she told me she wanted to do what's the stuff called when you do your nails or whatever.
a nail tech.
No,
Cosmetology in general.
Yeah. Not nail tech. But yeah, she told me she wanted to do that, and then she just took a left turn. Talking about, I'm going to be a CEO. Why? Get it?
It's a good stepping stone.
So
Because that
what?
why is just like I was a corrections officer. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a master's degree. I landed selling real estate. Now I sell real estate. I'm trying to build out my portfolio. I have a little ownership in the title company. Eventually we're going to make money off this podcast, and we enjoy doing it. So it's just it gave me an opportunity to sit back and figure out who I was while making some decent money and not being broke.
Right. She ain't got no degrees.
Well, I got all my stuff when I was a corrections officer. When I first
Oh.
started, I was 19. I didn't have anything but a high school diploma.
Okay. She 20.
Did they do tuition reimbursement?
22.
We'll talk about that. They did it for me.
All right now.
What, your
Well-
money back for college?
They gave me some of my money back from college. Yep.
I ain't never got it.
Okay. So now we're gonna get into the flipping game. So the good, bad, and the ugly of flipping. So can you share like one of your craziest flip stories?
Well, I got the one I told you about. Well, they ain't don't know. So where I had on Auto Drive, a house I bought on Auto Drive.
East Side of Drive?
Yeah, I'll do West Side. It's whack over there. But it was matter of fact, Auto Drive and Chalmers. And I bought it for like 60 grand. That was pretty cheap. And I put like 30,000 in it. So got the house, got an offer like the first week. Matter of fact, I had the same offer, same time as the one that we had.
Okay.
Waltham. And anyway, about to close, like after the process, 45 days later, it's around Christmas time, the appraisal guy went over there to do the appraisal, and they sent me the pictures back. You know, they didn't send them, but
Right.
I got the pictures through my email or whatever. So anyway, I'm looking at the pictures. Keep in mind, the house is completely empty. Should be. I'm looking at the pictures on the appraisal, and there's furniture all throughout the house. You know, big screen TV, Jordans, all that. I'm like, dang, what? I'm like, I told the buyer's agent, I can't remember her name, but I'm like, did you send me the right appraisal? And I'm looking at it again. I'm like, hold on, man. Let me look at these. And it is my house. I'm like, hold on. She was like, yeah, I see you put somebody in there to watch it. I'm like, no. I ain't put nobody in that house. And she gonna say, what? You got a squatter? So I go over there. I got it on video.
Yeah, he said I'm sorry. She said that you have a video on YouTube where you got a bunch of views.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. I got a couple, but this YouTube channel is about flipping houses. And
Okay.
What is it called?
All Us Mankeys, like my last name.
You gotta spell it. You know,
Yeah.
people don't know.
ALLUS Mankeys MAHNKES.
Okay, I gotta follow you.
Yeah, do that. I need to get monetized. 300 more.
Okay,
Just 300 more followers, and he can get monetized.
I ain't got to flip houses.
I know.
But
or he can use a realtor
To
Another
flip his
realtor.
houses.
look for a property
sell us-
manager if it's gonna be on the west
to
side.
sell his houses.
Anyway, so you
So
go.
back to the story.
Oh, so yeah,
The
so
appraisal.
she I looking at the appraisal. Anyway, I go over there, knock on the door, boom, boom. Nobody answer. I knock a few times. Like 20 minutes go by. I call the locksmith. As soon as he get there, to trying to get in the door. Now somebody opens the door. Kids actually, like maybe he was older than so. Night like a 17-year-old and a girl. I don't know how old she was, probably 15. And then I hear some lady from upstairs yell out, "Can I help you?" I'm like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is my house. She didn't say anything. She went straight to, I got a lease. I'm like, I ain't asked you about no lease. I'm like, you in my house. She gonna say, I got a lease. You can get off my property.
What?
I'm dead serious. I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on. So I called the police. They was no help. I'm like, oh my goodness. I had 3 different police, 6 different cops come, but they was partnered up. But the first one was like, all right, well, if you can show that this your house, we're gonna get her up out of there. I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then the sergeant come. That was a white cop, by the way. I ain't saying nothing wrong with that, but the white cop was ready to get her up out of there. Black sergeant come. He like, nah, we can't do that. We ain't even getting involved in that. You need to take her to I think he said 36th district or something.
Right.
I like, bro, I'm not going to no court for someone. I don't even know her name. What do you mean take her to court? He gonna say, well, that's not our problem. That's a civil matter. You got to deal with through the courts. So I'm like, what? I'm like, what happened to protect and serve? He's like, we can't do nothing. We our hands are tied. So I'm like, man,
How you supposed to take somebody to court and you don't know?
And you don't know their name.
So I'm like, okay. I called my lawyer. I asked her, what can I do? She said, by law, you could turn the power off, turn the lights off. I mean, turn the gas and water off. Anything basically without physically, harming anybody. I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just do that then. Started with the gas, turn the gas off, and that's when the video starts. Because she came out talking junk. Her son wanted to throw the hands, talking about, get off my yard, faggot. Get off my.
Oh, sure. Like, so saying like
Talking
this.
to me.
Yeah, and
And it's your house.
it's like the entitlement. The sense of entitlement is insane.
And she wasn't saying that like, son, get back in the house. Stop talking to grown folks like that. She was like just letting them say. I'm like, no, this is. He was like talking junk from the door though. He wasn't like,
Right.
He wasn't coming off that porch. I was like, you know what? I'm in realtor mode. So I'm in a suit. I'm like, I ain't about to get into it with the kid. So I'm just basically ignoring him. She's coming off the porch though, talking junk. Talking about, yeah, you trying to turn the gas off, this, that, and the other. She's like, we're gonna take it to the streets. Now I'm gonna blow this bitch up. I'm like, what?
Did you have insurance? I'm sure you
Of course,
did.
yeah.
Do what you have to do.
That's what I said in the video. I'm
Do
like,
what you have to do.
blow it up. I got insurance. She's gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna
You're
blow
going to
this-
jail.
Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna blow this bitch up. I'm like, man. And then so
That video has like close to what?
30,000 views. And I'm like, so I go back over there. And I
It's
just basically
very
just kept
entertaining.
going back over there, cutting stuff off. Started with the gas, then I did the lights, and then the water, and then she started stealing power from the lady next door with an extension cord. I'm like, man, she won't give up. But then it got cold. I'm like, I know she ain't gonna stay here when it get cold. So she had to go to work or went somewhere because that, like the 3rd or 4th day I went there, wasn't nobody there. Boom, got in. And then there I saw that in the video too. I got in, changed all the locks, then went back home or whatever. Then the next day came back. She back in the house. She done broke the window on the side. I'm like, she is resilient. Like, what is going on here? And so I'm like, all right, this time I'm gonna just take the doors off. You know what I mean? That's what I was telling myself anyway on the next go around. I had my homeboy with me. I was like, we're gonna have to just take the doors off. She ain't about to leave her stuff in there with the doors.
Right.
I kid you not. It was like a gift. It was like a miracle. I call my boy. I said, I'm on my way down there. He missed a smooth talking guy, He one of those. I on the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm headed down there now, man. You ready to get the doors off? I got all my tools. He gonna say, man, don't even worry about it. We good. I'm like, what you mean? He gonna say, we good. I'm like, what you mean we good? He gonna say, she in the car with me right now. I'm going to the storage to get a storage unit. I'm like, man, stop playing with me. He's like, no,
Where is Mr. Smooth talking, dude? I need him talking to my clients.
man? I can call him, but he like, we good. I'm like, bro, stop playing with me, man. I'm stressed out right now. We got to close in a week. You know what I mean? He gonna say, no, for real. I'm going to take her to the U-Haul. We're gonna get it started. I'm like, what? What did he do? So I get down there. I kid you not, I pull up. It's like they best friends. They in the truck kicking and eating Coney Island and stuff, you know, chili cheese fries. I'm like, what's going on? He gonna say, and she started talking. She's like, I just want to apologize. I know I was in the wrong. She said she was being scammed. She got scammed. I don't know. At first, she told the cops she gave the dude $5,000. Then she told my homeboy she gave him $2,500.
That's more realistic.
Why are you lying? I guess she said $5,000 because I asked her how much you want to leave. And
She was trying to get a
in
little.
front of the cops. She was
whoop-de-whoop.
like, I want all my money back. And I'm like, well, I don't know how much. What you talking about? She gonna say, I want all my money back. My $5,000. Like, man, you ain't get nobody. You ain't got $5,000. Your place expired. How you got $5,000? You lying?
My place a little expired.
Hers was a year expired. She had plenty of time.
My place have been expired for a year.
Okay.
No, if you got 5 racks, come on, man. You can get your $100, $200 plates, unless you ain't got no license. But she said she was a registered nurse. So,
Squatting.
that's what I'm saying. What's going on?
Maybe she really got finesse, y'all.
She probably did because
It's a
that's
lot
a
of people
common
that get
scam that
scammed.
They do.
Who thinks she was lying?
She could have been
No,
lying.
what?
I'm on the
Think
fence.
she was lying?
I think she was
See, he
lying.
thinks she was lying. I do
I think
too.
she was lying, but I know a
think
lot
she
of
was
people do get
lying, yeah.
scammed.
Did she provide
I-
a lease?
Because why did you let the
she had
appraiser
a-
in?
She had a lease. She showed the cops a lease, but it was some dude name. Then she kept trying to call him. He wasn't answering the phone. And then one cop was like, well, you need to, your animosity or something. She said, well, it shouldn't be towards her. I'm like, man, I don't know if she got
Get out my
scammed.
face, though. I don't want to hear that neither.
Yeah.
It's somebody in my stuff.
I was
Okay,
like,
but the part where she let the appraiser in the house to take
oh yeah, now that
pictures,
was weird because she let
why
the
would you
appraiser
let
in.
somebody in?
Because she probably thinks that the owner is refinancing or something. She don't know what's going on. That makes me believe she
She
maybe
got
have
scammed.
got
Yeah, that
scammed.
was weird.
Because
She
she
let
probably
him.
called the man and he was like, yeah, go ahead, let him in.
Yeah, so she probably
That is so weird.
got finesse. Because why would she let anybody in if she really knew that she was just trying to squat?
That might be true.
See,
That's a
we
problem.
just talked through that.
right.
Yeah,
Wow,
Yeah.
unfortunate.
that's
know.
crazy.
She
So-
in the car with homeboy, but bottom line, he paid for the call it her stuff
U-Haul.
to get moved out of the play. He paid the movers and he paid for the U-Haul. She moved out and that was like weird. That was a miracle.
Did they start kicking it afterwards?
He said it.
What you think? Was she cute?
Maybe when she was younger. I don't
Oh,
think
she was
so.
an older woman. Okay.
She wasn't older. I'm just saying she looked like she could be cute, but she had a rough life. You know what I
Right.
mean? One of those, So I don't know.
I know. Yeah.
Not my type.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we talked about a little bit, my dad flips houses, so that I have a little bit of experience with that.
Mhm.
What do you feel like is the behind the scenes that no one talks about? Because I feel like on Instagram it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm about to flip houses. What do you think is like the reality that no one talks about?
I know one thing I hate is when I see, because I've never seen it before, when people see, usually on YouTube, people be like, oh, you can flip a house, no experience with no money.
How?
I
I
be
hate
like-
that too.
I'm like, you lying though. I done did this for years. I've never met anyone who flipped a house with no money. They say use other people's money, but who's
Yeah.
gonna let you use their money for something you never done before? That's a lie. You're lying. And then if you're talking about
100%.
using a fix or flip loan, you still ain't gonna do it because usually they want you to show some experience. Like,
and you gotta put some money down. Most
and
of
you
the
gotta
time.
put money down,
like 20%.
20%,
Yeah.
exactly. So you still need money. And you need money for the appraisal, you need money for the inspection, you need money for that's impossible. I want to meet these people. I hate when they do that.
They
But
do. They sell you a dream and an idea, and
Yeah,
they
that's-
call the realtors and tell us that they want to look at 50 houses and they about to buy them all.
yeah, they be lying. I ain't never met. And then another thing I don't like is when you see these like I used to watch Fix This House, I think it was called Flip This House or something like that. They be lying. They be like, this kitchen's gonna cost $50,000 to renovate. I'm like, what? Where you get y'all materials from? It ain't no $50,000 to renovate no kitchen.
Sometimes they be paying
Sometimes.
some money. I sold a house out. Now listen, I sold a house out in Canton, and it was so strange because the whole downstairs was renovated. So when you came in, Living room looked good, dining room, everything, family room, kitchen was immaculate. But when you go upstairs, it was like 1995. They hadn't done anything to the upstairs.
People
It was
take their
just
time.
the lower level and the backyard was really nice. Needless to say, they got like $30,000 over what we list for. But they said that they paid like $50,000 for that kitchen, and she was like dead serious.
She's
I think
No,
that
it
the
depends on
company,
who
maybe
you-
the
who you
company,
choose.
we could break it like a regular
but you-
kitchen.
They
You
do.
like
have
you do the work.
contractors.
They got a she got a
They overcharge.
contract.
Right, I know. Yeah, the contractor will get down on you, but these are flippers. They know better. I'm talking on TV anyway. Like you ain't about to pay no, because the house ain't like $1 million house. Now, yeah, if you talk about a house in Birmingham, yeah, that's probably gonna cost maybe 50,000 because it's in Birmingham. You gotta get granite or marble, granite, top of the notch, custom cabinets. Maybe you're gonna spend 50,000, but I don't know. The most you're gonna spend on cabinets is probably 15, 20 grand. The labor should be the same regardless how much the cabinets cost,
Right.
because you're still putting in the same cabinets, no matter how much they cost.
Do you think
do
that
you
some
do your-
contractors charge more because
Oh, yeah.
of the location?
Listen, I
Like,
have my own people I've used. They do this little thing where, and they don't realize it because I keep track of everything in my head. For example, it was a house. Let's just say it's in the hood, right? And I asked him, I'm like, so how much you gonna charge me to do this house? Oh man, well it's gonna cost like, let's just say $3,000 to paint the whole house. I do the kitchen. Give me $7,000 to do the whole house. Cool. House and all the drive. You go over there and look at it. That's why I don't use them no more. You go over there and look at it. Now keep in mind, the house on all the drive is smaller than the last house he just did in the hood.
Right.
How much you want to do this house? It's a nice house in your. It's probably gonna cost about 12,000. Like, bro,
What's his
you just
name?
I
Say his name.
Name Hugo.
What's his name?
I just said Hugo.
Oh, Hugo.
I don't know his real name. That's what he told me.
I thought you was gonna say one of my people. I
I was
know
gonna
names.
say.
I wanted to see if we.
No, Hugo. He on the run. I don't know if he on the run technically, but people have told me that he's not really doing business right now because he's been getting over. But like, bro,
he just said he was getting over on you.
I'm like, bro, I'm not giving you 12,000 for this house. You just charged me
Three?
7,000 to do the whole house on what property was that? Like, Roxbury. I'm like,
I saw the house on Roxbury. It was nice.
yeah, that's Roxbury, right off Casino, I think.
You be deep in the east side. Casino and Roxbury.
Yeah. It's right by the school. That's what I remember. That was a nice one. I love that house. I found that house when I bought it had like 1,000 books in it, in the garage, probably more than 1,000. And I couldn't keep them all. I couldn't get them all, so I just got the ones that was wrapped in, still in the plastic, and I sold them on eBay. They was like $100 each.
For real?
Dead serious. I'd be hustling.
Seriously.
Yep. It was Arab books. I didn't even know what they said. It was in like a different language, and the guy couldn't find. I think he was a professor or something because he had all kind of. Oh, and he had a vintage, like a scalpel kit, but it was in the wood, the old school stuff. I sold that for like $500.
Oh, you be hustling for real.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm keeping this stuff. This is worth something. I could tell. It was not Zippo, but I forgot the name of the brand, but it was well known back then. But anyway, but yeah, he be trying to tax me on the depending on how the house looked. And then I forgot his name, but my homeboy told me what he be doing because he had a painting company. And he gonna say, yeah, I always, I'm gonna charge the customer based off, what the house looked like. This is what he's telling me. I'm like, why wouldn't you tell me that prior to me using him?
Right.
Bro? Like, who he just told me this the other day. I'm like,
He been told you
Jeff, that was his name. Jeff died of cancer. But yeah, Jeff did the same thing. He had charged me $6,000 to paint one house, and then another house on the west side. Just give me $2,500.
They might be basing it on where they at in their life. They might need a little
right.
quick
That's
little
another-
whoop-de whoop.
Yeah, that's another thing. Them
Quick
contractors
little
do.
whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah. Yeah, them contracts be killing me. Like getting a deposit from this customer.
Oh, I dealt with that with this
Getting
page.
the car-
Just getting
yeah.
that little wall bill. It took him forever, and I peeped like, oh, and he did some work for me in my house. Like, no, you are taking the money I'm giving you, and I paid. If I say I'm gonna pay you something, I try to move with integrity, be a woman of my word. But it was like when it was time for him to show up and take care of his business. Once he got that money, it was just a whole nother tone.
One thing I would say, it's not even worth just getting a quote unquote crew, like a person to do everything. You
Right.
might as well just piece it out.
No,
'cause
for real.
you don't want to give no because I did that in the beginning when I first started using them. This dude named Tyree. I wanted to, man, he it was a house on Ira in Warren. I think he wanted like $15,000. I gave this dude like $7,500 up front. Man, I had to fire him. Long story short, because he was like not ever there.
Yeah, I about to say it's the amount of time. My first
Yeah.
flip I did with 2 other girls, and it was just like that was like the biggest lesson for me. You might as well just piece it. And my contractor was there, but it was just like once the money gone, they start trying to do other jobs
Exactly.
in between. So now it's a flip. All of our money is tied up in there. We ready to close. We got to pay this credit card off of Home Depot. We can't close because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. A 3-month job turned into a 6-month job.
Jesus.
I ended up making like $7,000, and I had like $35,000-$40,000 of my money tied up in the house. When it was all said and done, I made $7,000.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't never do that no more. Piece it out. You can find people.
Yeah, that was my first time, so it was just like a lesson learned. Has there been a job that you've done or a house that you flipped where it was just like, or even just a time during you flipping houses in your business where you was just like, I'm done with this?
Hell yeah. A few times. I think I told her that. I'm like, I'm done flipping houses. Because every time either it take too long or it took too long or somebody broke in. I think the last time somebody broke in the house on Prest, I was like, I'm done flipping houses. No, I didn't say I was done. I said I'm done flipping houses in Detroit. I ain't buying no more houses in Detroit. And then I think I did stop for a while. And I started focusing on art. And then me and my brother started the mobile detailing business. But it was a headache, man, because that made me mad. I was sitting on the house for probably 2 months. I had a sale for 90. I bought it for 45. It was Denise sold it to me. It was her house. And which she's a real estate flipper. I mean, not flipper, real estate / wholesaler. So she sold me the house for 45 grand. I barely put any money in it, like 15 grand. I had a sale for like 90 something thousand. And that's the one that got broken into the day before closing. I was so mad. And then they trying to
stop breaking into these houses. We just trying our best.
No, it really is very, very annoying to put your blood, sweat, and tears into something, pay for something with your hard-earned money, and then come and somebody. And then why are y'all willing? Like the people, it's probably none of those people listening to this podcast, but it may be, or your cousin doing it. You willing to get your head blown off because you don't know who's in that house when you breaking in to get the furnace and the hot water tank. Like you really prepared to jeopardize your whole life for a furnace and hot water tank?
It'd be killing me because crackheads most likely, but they be doing all that. They be costing thousands of dollars just to get
a couple $100 because the resale
not
value,
even like $50. I can go buy a used hot furnace for like $80.
We're gonna talk.
So they selling it for $80.
We're gonna talk after this.
Oh God. Okay, so look, because I know you and Future can go back and forth. Okay, and this we need to get ready to wrap this up a little bit. So really quickly, because I know we discussed that you do lots of other things as far as the mobile detailing. If anybody wants to see any of your artwork, where can they find your artwork?
Website and Instagram, but they saw my full name, AnthonyMankeyJr.com, and the Instagram is Anthony Mankey Jr. Facebook too. It's all my name.
Okay.
Facebook,
Okay. Spell your last name one more time.
MAHNKE.
Okay.
Jr.
His artwork is really nice, y'all.
Really
Support
beautiful.
Black artists.
Yep, they said they about to put a portrait of them behind them. Y'all remember that? So if y'all didn't see it, that's because
you ain't do it.
they didn't give me the pictures.
No, we gonna give you the pictures.
We would love that. Do you ever tie any of your artwork or creative skills into your flips?
I'm trying to though. That's why I want an Airbnb so I can
That'd
put
be
all
nice.
my art in there.
Dope.
Oh, that would be dope.
Yeah,
That would be
but
dope.
it's hard getting one. Finding one that's worth getting. I wanted to be downtown, but they high. But I went and seen one the other day that was pretty cheap, but it needed a full rehab. But yeah, I want to put it.
Do you use a realtor when you buying your, like when you looked at that property downtown?
I use me.
She gonna try to the end.
I could go what you call it, showing time, and look at myself.
All
right. I think a realtor did show that one though. Y'all might
I knew
know.
it. I could tell how he said Latrice. You better get on your.
Well, she
Look how
showed it
Latrice
on her
looked
own.
over.
I went and did the showing time, but she was emphatic, like I gotta show it
not
to
a
you.
truth is coming out.
I didn't even know her. I'm like, what you gotta be there for? Well, it's a hazard because it was down to the studs. It's right up across from the VA hospital. They want $325 for it, but they need like 200, maybe 300,000 worth of work. But it might be.
Okay, and then what's your number one productivity tip for entrepreneurs with busy families?
What's my number one productivity tip?
So like how do you be productive as an entrepreneur with multiple businesses and a family? How do you manage it all?
I have to start delegating to somebody. Teach them kids to do something. That's really got to try to get other people to help. Because one thing I will say, like one of my issues is like I start one thing, and then I go to something else, and then whatever I start, like once it gets going, and I think it's good, I'll go to something else. But then the last thing started to fall off, and then it's like, dang, now I gotta go back over here and build this back up because they ain't gonna do it how you do it. So it's best to just get one thing really, really good at, and then try to make as much profit off of that, and then get you a system to make it go on its own. You know what I mean? So unless you can do that, which is not easy because I got a system that I follow for flipping houses, but it's not like nothing I could just put to somebody else and trust them like go ahead and take care of this. And
100%.
Something gonna mess up.
Has anybody ever ran off with the bag when you've paid somebody to do some work? Has anybody ever like?
You might as well say he didn't necessarily run off, but the one guy I was telling, I gave him $7,500. He barely showed up. I was going to the house daily to see what's going on. He never there. When I call him, he same response. Yeah, I'm on my way now. Or I get there. What's up, man? Ain't nobody here. It's the same stuff that's not done today that was not done yesterday. Yeah, I had truck problems. I'm on my way now. I'm like, and then I was mad because Ken, he gonna lie. He gonna say he didn't refer me, but Ken, the guy I bought my first time, he referred me to this dude. And he still to this day is like, man, I ain't tell you to use him.
I don't do referrals no more.
So why did you introduce me to him as a contractor if you didn't tell me to use him? That usually would mean why else would you introduce me to him?
Sometimes people will be on point and then stuff will just go left. Like they'll start going through something or just don't care. No, I don't know. But that has happened to me personally where it's like this guy has been professional on point. And then once I start, Latrice, you use him. She calling me like he's not answering the phone, like
I just hate the fact he was black. Because then everybody always say, why you don't use your own people? I have every single time. It didn't work out. And I'd be like,
every single time?
Every single time. It didn't work
We're gonna
out.
take that out.
Yeah, take that out. I'm just being real. I'm like, I be trying to use my own people. Like,
I got a good black contractor for you. That's what
I ain't had not one in 12 years.
I've had some good experiences.
I've had some good experiences. I'm not gonna say every experience has been bad, but I have had that experience where, and it was a brother, start off good and then things go left. But I've never had anybody steal like my money. So I will say I'm blessed. Like they may start taking a time, which is still costing me an inconvenience, but I've never had anybody just take my money and not do what they're supposed to do.
Well, he basically took my money because I told him, just don't come back. Because I was so mad. I almost went back to prison. I was
he
like,
was like, cool.
Just don't come back because I'm going to hurt you. He was like, what's going on, Tom? What was, bro, it's been like 3 months and this house looked the same as it did before. And then he did the kitchen floor and it was bouncing. I was like, what did you do? He built up, I can't explain it. I don't know if you know, but he built the floor up for some reason because it wasn't level. Like, I thought you knew what you was doing, bro. You don't got to build up the floor with wood. You can just put self-leveling concrete. I don't know what he was doing. But anyway, I'm walking on the floor. It's like a basketball court and it's bouncing. I'm like, this tile is going to crack eventually. I was like, man, you got to go, bro. So I ended up having to pay another person, like basically the same amount of money to fix his problems.
Right.
And like, man, never again.
That's the reality of flipping, y'all. And sometimes it's a really good, like everybody has some kind of fall, and hit your head and learn.
Have you been, and I'm doing a Latrice, but have you been feeling the effects of like the market shifting in Detroit?
Hell yeah, I still ain't sold my house.
Man, I got a couple investors and I'm like, they probably looking at me like I'm praying. It's just like, no, guys, it's the market. It just took a little turn. Be?
Pictures.
It ain't the pictures. Don't start with me. Don't start with me. It's the shift. But why you even feel comfortable posting those pictures, Mr. Real Estate Man?
For real.
Talking about you got a Canon.
Realtors.
The Canon.
Professional photos from a professional real estate photographer for your listings.
I didn't use the
the key. I got a camera. Please, you can paint. You ain't no photographer. Get them pictures taken.
Maybe he should paint the pictures.
You might as well just paint the pictures of the house.
Pictures of your rooms.
My picture game is cold.
What are you gonna do with trees? Paint the pictures of the room
and put that on the MLS. Then your listing will sell. Okay, so real quick before we wrap it up, unless Future has another question.
No, I'm good.
So just because I want to make sure we touched every aspect of your business. So mobile detailing.
Mhm.
Have
Where can they
do
find
you?
you? Where can they find you?
On our way mobiledetailing.com. And it's Instagram, same name.
Do you actually detail, or your brother do all the detailing?
Well, we got like 4 employees.
Okay.
Awesome.
But I will. I ain't saying I get out there if I need to. But it gotta be like, I don't know, because we got a contract with the state of Michigan.
Okay.
And one with got a contract state of Michigan, got one with Lincoln dealership, and they got one with some other kind of company that got like pickup trucks or whatever.
Oh, you just got a business mind. That's good.
I try. But I
That's
had a
good.
bunch that failed.
I mean,
Like the
Okay.
clothing line for kids. It went nowhere. I still got all the clothes in my garage. It cost me a lot of money.
Hmm.
I'm mad about that.
You might want to put them on Craigslist.
or
I was so
donate
mad.
them.
The clothes? No, my kids will be able to fit them one day. They gonna be wearing them.
They're gonna be cartoon characters wearing the same stuff over and over.
It's the twins' name, David and Noah. So the older kids don't, they mad. Like, why we couldn't get the clothes named after us? Like, I don't know, cause they're the youngest. Who knows? Who cares? But I don't know. I'll probably end up giving award. Yeah, I'll probably end up giving them away.
Bless somebody.
Bless somebody, right? I
Bless
pay.
some people.
Did you have any closing remarks? Anything you want to leave the people with, whether it be advice for flipping or
Or anything.
just whatever?
Advice for flipping.
Or life. How to
Just like
restart
it seemed
and
like you
rebrand and
you've been
pivot.
through some things. You've created some things.
Well, I will say, don't ever give up, because when I came home, I had no money. I saved up the 12 grand that I told you about doing roofing of all things. And I hate working with a passion. I'm talking about, man. And I did it. I just stopped. I kept procrastinating. Like, I'm gonna do it. Watching these videos, watching flip this house. I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna do that one day. Flip this. I'm gonna do that. And just stepped saying it and just went out there and did it. And I just pushed myself. Like my sister, she keep asking. She want to stop doing what she doing, and she want to be a business owner. She keeps saying. She's scared. She's scared that she's gonna lose her money.
You can't be scared. You may lose your money, but
I lost my money.
you may make some money. I think we've all done like dud deals where it's like, dang, you had to take that L. But if you don't try, you never know. Like,
Right.
the money gonna come back. I tell my friends, like, each and every one of us, if you blow the bag, bare minimum, you should be able to get exactly where you are right now.
Mhm.
You know how to get here. So even if you fall and you have to pick yourself back up, you can get back to where you at least left off and then figure something else out.
Mm-hmm.
What I will say is some people, they be like too concerned with what people gonna think about them.
All the time.
And so they be, I've heard plenty of time, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not about to do that. I'm like, well, you just gonna stay broke then.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? I will go do it. And
Okay.
I got money. What you mean? What
Okay.
you talking about?
It's crazy.
No, I got kids to feed. You talking about what you won't do because of this and that. I'm like, oh, all right, you ain't trying to get no money. Because you can do that. It's not gonna last. The bad part is not gonna last that
Right.
long until you start to, and you ain't gotta do it no more. Because I did my first house myself. I ain't know how to do that stuff. I YouTube how to sand a floor. YouTube how to paint. Well, I know how to paint kind of the walls or whatever, but the floor I didn't know nothing about. I YouTube how to close on a house eventually because I had to stop using Craigslist. Yeah, 'cause it wasn't working no more.
That's it right there.
YouTube University.
YouTube's the truth.
Speaking of YouTube, you can follow us on YouTube and all our social media platforms. Instagram is sold_sisters.
I need to go.
With
And-
the TAS.
Yes, sister.
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Thank
much
you
for
so
coming
much.
and sharing all your very entertaining stories with us. And I hope that your video goes viral and you get monetized very soon.
Yes, follow him, guys.
Follow them
Tune in
on
300 more.
YouTube. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye,
Ain't y'all on
y'all.
YouTube too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a YouTube channel and they need to like, follow, subscribe, comment. So YouTube will start pushing our
Let's
videos.
see. I'm about to go on YouTube.
Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks. Till next time.